Welcome back to Random University, where today we're going to be discussing Squid Game, the reality television show. Yes, the reality TV show, and not the Netflix sensation that took place back in 2020 during the pandemic. Now, hopefully I'm not the only one who was thinking back then when that show debuted that they were talking about homelessness and finding a solution to get rid of all the homeless people up off of the street. Now, it would have been a very dark and twisted and sick, sadistic way to do it, where they were gathering up hundreds of homeless people and they were gathering for a contest for everybody's entertainment. Well, mostly for, the rich people. Sort of like it was some type of stuff out of Yu Yu Hakusho or something like that, where they would literally gather these people up to get in a deadly contest where all of them would die except for one person who would be lucky enough to walk away with the cash prize of around $4.5 million. Now, it was a very great and entertaining TV show. I think everybody enjoyed the show, quite frankly. Had a very good plot. It was very something different, something that we, didn't really see before. So I like originality, and I think a lot of people appreciated that series for what it was. Now, I'm talking about the reality TV show today, where it is the most over-the-top, over-dramatized piece of reality TV that you'll find out there outside of 90 Day Fiancé. Now, also, as a person who's currently wearing this mask and struggling to breathe, considering I was sick all week, this was a terrible decision because I cannot see or breathe at all. And it's starting to fog up the very little bit of vision that I have right now, and the only thing I could originally see was the camera, and now I can't see anything. I can't even see the microphone that is below this mask currently. So the fact that these people didn't just jump everybody in the show and get their get back immediately is problematic. Like, they just shot and killed people throughout the show like they had 360 vision or something like that, and that is not the case in this mask. In this mask, you can only see what is directly in front of you. So if they were to the left or to the right, they couldn't see them. So they really should have just jumped them when they had hundreds of people and they were just up on the stage. Like, nobody would have been able to stop them unless they ripped off their mask. And they would have got that desperate because, quite frankly, you can't do anything.
Rush them! It can't come on all of us.
There's nothing. Like, I could not fight somebody with this mask on. Hell, I could barely open the door. Now, before we dive into today's video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as I'm hoping that you've been enjoying some of the content that is on this channel. This is going to be one of the deeper dives of the week, and we're just going to go ahead and go through this show because, quite frankly, I just want to. Now, I can't emphasize enough that you cannot see in this mask, because I'm telling you, the more I think about it, the more irritated that I am about the original series, that they did not just jump these dudes on stage because they were all feared of getting shot. There's no way they could have seen you unless you were directly in front of them. And they were all too scared to pull off their mask because they did not want to be revealed. They would have had no choice because they could not fight with these things on. And these aren't probably the ones they had in the show were probably way more durable than this plastic piece of shit that I'm wearing right now. But either way, you just can't see. So you should have really just been able to beat their ass. And that's something that really starting to upset me when I think about it. Considering all these people that were contestants in this show, their lives were already at rock bottom. So they really didn't have anything else to lose to begin with. So why not just fight for your life in the end? Because either you were going to die over a honeycomb, or you're going to die playing red light, green light, or you're going to die on a playground. I mean, everybody was going to die outside of one person. So if you were going to die, why not die fighting? So they should have just fought their asses. And yeah, I'm getting quite triggered when I think about it, because I would have beat the shit out of this guy who's standing right before you today, because damn, he stands no chance. Like, I stand no chance in a battle right now. Now, I want to start off today's video by first saying that yes, my voice is still shot, even about a week and a half later. Still struggling to get those extra pitches and tones in, so, bear with me throughout this whole experience. It won't, hopefully be forever. But I wanted to go ahead and say that the production value on this reality TV show was completely next level. It was really, and they definitely put the money into it. Like the $4.5 million that they used as a cash prize, at the end of this entire series, which I haven't gotten there yet. But the fact that they use that amount of money as just a cash prize, you can tell they put about that much money into the production. Like, they hype this stuff up.
It don't matter how many masks people put on. Eventually, their true colors are gonna show.
Like, they really set this thing up to be just like Squid Game. They weren't messing around. Like, this was really legit.
I've cheated in a game before. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You can definitely tell that the writers were in their bag as they gave out every cliche imaginable to the contestants so they can spew this out here as their opening dialogue for the show. Because you can already tell, like, they didn't say these things. Like, who speaks like this actually going into a game show? Like, some people might, but no.
Sympathy is only a weakness. My biggest strength would be manipulation.
So if I was one of the contestants, like the 300 people from America or, you know, the 150 from Europe or whatever they got and gathered for this, you know, whole entire project and whatnot, I would have been excited because, yeah, they definitely put the time into this. And, well, you'll eventually find out they put time into other things as well, like torture.
This place is going to eat you up and spit you out.
So after the theatrics of the intro, or the beginning intro for the most part, they now bring in a woman that they talk to in like one of the you know, observation rooms where they're speaking to her, and she's trying to, you know, give her spiel and try to really humanize this situation for everybody to make you feel like, you know, hey, what if you were a contestant in this show? How would you feel? And then she goes on talking about, like, you know, I'd love to be able to pay my car off and my home off and all this extra stuff. And, you know, only thing I got out of that is that she's probably going to be eliminated early.
Who's not in debt? We're facing a recession. I mean, I had to, I'm not getting paid at work for this.
Now that's messed up if she's not getting paid. Now, not really on the employer, but it's kind of one of those things like, dang, I hope you aren't here too long because, I mean, the way it sounds like you're probably not going to be able to miss that many checks. So either you need to win or you need to get back to work.
You're dreaming. You're taking a chance. What's that like to be able to pay off your house? What's that like to be able to pay off your car? I know these may be simple dreams, but what's that like?
It's nice. Considering I have paid off my car, it is quite the luxury to not have to pay off that bill every month. Now, paying off a house, that I have not done. I haven't got big enough here on YouTube to do that. Please like, share, and subscribe. But eventually, if I can ever actually get a house, which the interest rates are absolutely ridiculous everywhere you go, and you can't really buy one unless you're insane and have a ton of money, then that's cool. I mean, that's fine. I mean, if you can buy one, dang, kudos to you. And I would love to be able to buy it. But I can't. But yeah, being able to pay off your car is quite nice. Hard for me to believe that she hasn't at least paid off one car, considering she looks like she's probably in her upper 40s. You know, like, if you haven't done that by now, like, what the hell have you been doing in life? Like, what have you been spending your money on?
Yeah, I got my own dreams. They may not be much, but I got dreams too.
So now they get ready to pan immediately to the show where they get them to the opening room where it's red light, green light with the big creepy ass doll at the end of the hall. And I mean, I tell you what, they made this is about close to the actual show as you can make it. Like, quite frankly, it had to be the set from the show because it looks exactly the same. The robot's the same. Everything is literally, it looks like it's probably the same size, dimensions in the room. All of it looks very similar to what it was in the show. Quite impressive. Now, I did hear about people complaining about how cold it was, and you can definitely tell, like, as soon as they get in there, they're like, holy shit, it is really cold in here. Like, they're looking around like,
Holy crap.
like, yo, who, you know, somebody turned the temperature up in here. Like, let's do something about this because, you know, they said they got thermals, but apparently those things weren't very thick. And I mean, my thing is this: if there's that many people and it's already that cold, I mean, we're gonna have to bundle together. Like, I'm sorry, we ain't gonna have to have too many pause moments, no, you know, blah blah blahs. Just get together, stay warm as long as you can until the game starts. Now, after that, you know, every man for himself.
Oh my God, this is serious. This is serious now.
Wow.
Oh my God.
This place is nuts. This is incredible.
Now, the funny part is, like, these people were all here, they're like super excited, like, yeah, man, I can't wait to play. You know, and they're all pumped up. Sort of like that RDC skit where they were like, if you got to choose the game of your liking or the game that was perfectly to your advantage.
The third game will be basketball.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Hey, get the ball! Hey, get the ball! Give it the ball! Oh my God!
Down.
My strategy is not to get killed, get to the end.
Get to the end.
I know how to survive. I got.
Yeah, very profound strategy. Make it to the end. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's going to get eliminated real soon.
I have the best number here.
Not
4,
insulting
3,
you
2,
at all.
1 go. Because I'm the one. You're only missing the one. I'm the one.
Now, clearly, they're going off to some type of script here at some point in time. Like, for the most part, I know these guys are giving some form of dialogue. Like that woman earlier, like, I mean, I would have been like, can you choose me a better line that I'm going to make it to the end? Like, come on now. That's the cheesiest, crappiest line. Like, I mean, it's real kindergartenish. Like, come on, give me a better line than that. Now, maybe that's all she could recite, but I don't know. She already did the beginning monologue, so I think she could do a little bit more. But this guy here, he's already being set up to be the villain. I mean, he's already being set up that way. Like, he's charismatic already. You can tell, like, he's a good looking guy. He's one of those things like, yeah, he's setting him up, but he's overly cocky. You can tell that immediately. The other guy, I don't know. He might be around for a minute, but we'll see. I just, you can already build it up here that you can see that that's what they're going for.
I think I always will be competitive because Jesus had to compete. That means I have to compete. You control your own destiny.
Yeah, you can already tell this guy's got a major God complex. Like, as soon as you start mentioning Jesus and manifestation and destiny and all this stuff like that, yeah, you got a God complex. There's something off with this guy. Yeah, he's already built. Look, if this is him, he's doing a great job of building himself to be a villain. If this the show that's building this up, they're doing a great job of building him up to be a villain. Because quite frankly, nobody likes this kind of character. Nobody does.
And the moment that you can control your mind and become mentally strong, then you understand that sympathy, it's only a weakness.
Okay, so I can already tell that this guy is the biggest tool on the show, and I haven't even met probably the other 450 people that's on set already. Probably won't get to meet all them because people are going to start getting eliminated pretty soon. All I know is anybody who has this like major God complex and starts thinking they are the chosen one, I immediately cannot stand these people at all whatsoever. And I guarantee you the people on set can't stand them either, because these are the worst people on earth. These people, for whatever reason, think they are literally God. Like their shit literally like makes things grow, like actual miracle grow. Like they actually have real manure type of stuff. Like they actually believe they are godsend. And I can't stand these individuals because there's nothing different about you than me except for the fact you are literally different. That's all. You're not special. You're not chosen. You're just another guy. Whether he wants to go in and jerk himself off in the mirror to himself, looking at himself each and every day. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what his thing is, but a lot of these people, golly, man, I'm pretty sure they drink their own pee at this point. Like, I don't understand what makes you feel so entitled. I genuinely want to know. I genuinely would like to know. Not all 400 plus people are going to get to be relevant on this show. So they're obviously nailing this down to the people they might find most interesting and compelling for a nice storyline to keep you, well, drawn in and continue to want to watch, because not all these people, I bet, are very interesting to begin with. Like, you choose this many people, you got people that's just for the fodder, and then you're going to probably choose a net 100 people that you want to actually keep someone involved in the show to give it some some drama, because you're going to need some to build it up.
Please, for the love of God, make it through this challenge for me, okay?
I will get through this challenge. I swear I will. I've been practicing.
Clearly, this mother-son dynamic is going to be something that's going to be around in this show for at least an episode or 2 or 3, because the series isn't long. So apparently, they're definitely going to be around for a minute, because I don't think they're going to build this up just to kill one off real early. But also, it's like, I guess, she was a former athlete, so she does have a chance, physically to probably do something. Mentally, she's probably real stable and, somewhere adept and probably stronger than most of these other people who are on set. But out of all the people that were chosen, why was there a mother and son dynamic when I know there was thousands of people that applied for this position?
I don't think so. So I'm lucky. My mom, she was like a superstar athlete. Like, I just feel like she's going to outlast me and embarrass me in front of all my family and friends.
Now remember, only one person can win Squid Game. So if she were to win this, that this is a big pile of horse manure, like absolute lies and a fallacy, because even my mom, who works out each and every day, will tell you that there's absolutely 0% chance that she could win Squid Game, no matter how great shape she is, even if she was a great former athlete.
I think it's not about how fast you go, it's how quick you can stop. Agreed.
They're right. Yeah, it's more about the ability to stop. If you can't stop, then it will just motion detect you and eliminate you immediately. So they're right.
Jada actually means, the gift of knowing, and I swear there's no coincidence that my parents named me that.
Oh, So it makes sense why Jada actually thinks she knows everything on the planet and she's the biggest know-it-all narcissist that you can find out there as far as females. But, hey, you know what? I quite frankly, I hate it for any girl now that's named after Jada because you're going to always be stigmatized to thinking that that's who you are, even though that's not the truth. So just keep it at Jade. And it's a cute name. Just leave it there. I mean, just saying. Eesh.
Because I literally know everything before it happens. I can read people really well. I know when someone's lying like that. I know when someone's not being trustworthy. So I think in this game, that would definitely be my advantage.
So there you go. Yeah, if you name your kid Jada, she's going to turn out to be a narcissistic bitch, just like Jada Pinkett Smith. So don't recommend it. I hope this girl gets eliminated ASAP. I can't root for her. Don't want her to be there. Like, dang it, already the black people are the most unrootable characters that are in the show, except for the very first one that I knew was going to get eliminated. She had dreams.
You might have the self-discipline that I need to learn from. That's what it is.
Okay, so there's a best friend dynamic too. That doesn't make any sense. Though I could see them getting rid of a friend because friends are for the fodder.
Chase is my best friend. We've done everything together ever since high school. If it wasn't for Chase coming with me, I wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, they're definitely both not going to make it. One's probably going to get eliminated in red light, green light. Probably not him, though. Not him. He seems like he's going to be around for the cameras. He's got the mullet, so they want to keep him around for the aesthetics.
I've been just a complete homebody since I became a dad. It's really good to have him here with me.
Oh, congratulations on fatherhood. Kudos. Big props to you. Though I ain't gonna lie, if you're now that you're a dad, that mullet, you might want to cut the mullet. Just saying. Even Patrick Mahomes talked about that. The only reason he still has the mohawk is to keep his head and shoulders, sponsorship, because they said, sadly, he needs to keep it. I'm not sure why. Like, can he just not have hair? But he did say that that's why he still rocks the mohawk, if anybody's curious, because he did want to cut it. Like he said, at some point in time, it's time to mature, I mean, I guess you can go for being the cool frat dad, but the whole, frat dad look isn't necessarily the best look going forward. I mean, it's nice, but yeah.
Attention all players.
Okay, it's go time. Okay, so they just go on to explain the rules. If you don't know the rules of red light, it's literally red light, stop. Green light, you run to the end. Once they hit red, you stop. And if you're still moving, bang, you die. And so that's pretty much the crux of it. Now, during the show, people would literally just be sniped and killed. Blood splatter, brains all over the place, something like it was out of Hostel or, Saw, something terrible. But this isn't going to be as bad. Well, nowhere near that bad.
With that, let the game begin.
Oh, God.
Dolls are creepy. Have you ever seen Annabelle or Child's Play? Yeah, they don't really give you the heartfelt moments that you feel in Toy Story, where you're like, oh, Woody, Buzz, and, Oinker, or whatever, all of the other toys that are there. Dang, I can't believe I forgot his name. I love that movie. But still, they don't give you that good feeling. This doll right here reminds me of the doll that you see in Annabelle, where, yes, I know they're inanimate objects, but some of them you look at and it's like they are so soulless. Like, there's nothing going on inside. It's just empty, space going on in between, where you're just thinking something could probably possess it and take over and try to kill you. Just like in Child's Play, where Charles Lee Ray took over Chucky, or the good guy doll. And even though he was melted, burned alive, and all sorts of stuff, and sent to smolders, incendiary type of things, he was still trying to murder you viciously too, and talk mad trash. I mean, dude, those movies were terrifying. And Annabelle is just the exact same way. So I don't have good feels when I look at that doll on that stage. So if people were a little bit creeped out, I get it, because in the show, there was a lot of stakes on the line. I would be really locked in if I was here. To avoid copyright issues, I had to flip everything backwards. So it says 5 minutes, just so you know. It's 5 minutes. She's done. That sister made it one go through the stoplight. And just like that, her dreams are dead. Well, I have dreams too. Well, and just like that, they have died. I mean, my God, that is sad. I mean, she didn't last long at all. At least you got some camera time. At least you got camera time. What the hell? Like, she dropped like she literally got killed. Now, if I went through all the stuff that they went through as far as what they were talking about, like having to stay in the hotel, being secluded, not getting to talk about the game, not really getting to talk to your family, not really getting to do a whole lot or entertain yourself for the last couple days, and then you come to the game and you're eliminated in the very first seconds of the game, I would have really bad thoughts about myself. Now, I'm not saying these people should. They should go home with their heads held high. But me personally, I would question myself and my competency in a lot of areas. It would hurt.
Jada, you need to stay focused. I cannot buckle. I cannot shake.
You have to prove you are worthy.
I need to go out there and beat these people. I'm going to be the underdog in this game.
Ooh, she really does sound like Jada Pinkett Smith, which does not help your, fan favorite value at all. Now, clearly they're trying to over-dramatize their death scenes, in this show just to give it some extra flair and some dramatic effect, just because why not? I mean, if I was to get killed off in this, I would definitely make it dramatized the best way I possibly can. I'm trying to get me another Hollywood role. I'm trying to get me somewhere on a TV show, maybe some type of spinoff. I want to be back, somewhere where I can actually earn some real money, because if they're not going to pay you for missing work, then you might as well get paid for maybe a future gig. Something. You never know. There's always an opportunity in there somewhere. You might as well add that dramatic effect, just like that one woman did. Throw a little tongue out. Pause.
I start hearing players fall to the floor. They're dropping like flies.
What probably means it's only a matter of time before you're next.
The doubt is 100% setting in my mind. Have I really screwed this up? The only thing I can do at this point is...
Dude was not even moving, so you already can tell they're just eliminating people off of here like it's The Walking Dead, just because they can. Just because for the fact that, well, we can't fit 400 people on set every show, so we need to at least cut down the first episode to at least, around 250 or something like that. Just that way we can continue to move forward just a little bit better. That way we can give some people a little bit more airtime that we think they are worthy.
Seeing my best friend get eliminated right in front of my eyes is devastating, but I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm gonna use that to my advantage and let it motivate me.
Now, we already live in the era of the main character complex, and when you're starting to get on a set of a show like this, and you have friends and you got family and loved ones that are there with you, and they start to get eliminated and you're still around, it might start to create some type of mental gymnastics dynamic in your brain where you're starting to think like, oh, I'm the one. So like homie that already thinks he's the chosen one by God and Jesus and, whatever religion anybody wants to choose to believe in. So, it could start to, give you a ridiculous ego boost, make you start thinking that you're more than what you are. I don't know. I think it's a possibility, though. Now, once again, another shout out to Netflix for putting on another great production. The cinematography, the visuals, all of that. It just looks stunning. Absolutely amazing. Definitely gives you the real feel of Squid Game. Even though, yes, it doesn't give you the real life repercussions of Squid Game where, yes, that would be a lot of trauma to see out there. Your best friend have their brain splattered right in front of you. Like, that would be horrible. Like, during actual Squid Game, these people didn't really have any friends. And they were out there really just to pretty much be savages. Because these were savage individuals to begin with. That's kind of how they ended up in the predicament they were in the first place. But yeah, this is really well done. But there's one spot that's coming up very shortly that was very, 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 very questionable. Now, before I get to this next point, I just want to know one thing. Why do these people keep diving into the floor? Like, these idiots keep sliding across the ground. Dude, if they stop and your legs and feet keep dangling everywhere, yeah, you're going to get eliminated. Like, I don't understand what they were thinking, especially if they weren't told to by, staff or people who were writing the show. If they weren't told to do that, like, if this was your actual game strategy, it was stupid. Just dumb. Now, I do think the people who were actually trying to sit on the wall a little bit, that was actually not a bad strategy because it can help you, keep your body stable and not move a whole lot. But for whatever reason, these people would just like bounce up against the wall instead of like gradually kind of lean into it. I mean, you can't move. But then again, not everybody has delicate touch and body movement and hand-eye coordination like they need to survive these things.
Why did I squat?
That is a very good question. Why? Why did you do that? Why? Now, if you base everything just on the time clock that's on the screen, not a whole lot of time is elapsing here. So you're starting to wonder, you should be able to squat and stuff for at least a minute or something.
I'm literally in so much pain, but I cannot move. I cannot move. Keep focused. You can do this.
And then it appears like seconds later, she just bows out, gives up, says she can't go anymore. No mas. I mean, she just literally taps out, legs gave in, and that's a shame. Pretty black girl couldn't make it. Like, why did they kill off all the black people already? Like, I thought we were past this. I thought modern day movies fixed this. I thought we weren't supposed to die first anymore. We're supposed to make it. Like, especially, the light-skinned ones. I'm just kidding. That's dark. But still, I thought we were supposed to make it. Some of us. I mean, they've already eliminated all the black people, it feels like. And she ain't gonna make it either, and she's pretty. I mean, I want somebody to look at us as the show goes along. I mean, I don't want just some old white woman to somebody to stare at. Look, not saying that I'm supposed to look at this in some type of creepy way, but And just like that, I'm pretty sure it's just the one brother with the God complex left. So, let's go, homie. You got this, hopefully you can last a while because that's all we got left. I honestly, I ain't really rooting for anybody, but you do have people you would be like, come on, let's go. I just want the show to be entertaining, to be real. But so far, it has been. It's just, that is tough though. That's tough. That's tough. Though also shout out to her. If this was acting ability, she pulled it off pretty well. Like the crying and the shaking and the dramatic fall. That's good stuff. Good work. Okay, maybe I jumped the gun just a little bit. There seems to be quite a few brothers left. Well, I got plenty to root for. I mean, hey, if we get eliminated, we get eliminated, To each their own. Hopefully we can survive it, and hopefully they found some of us good enough to be part of the cast. Though I think homie with the God complex is definitely going to stick around. I mean, he's got something to keep him there. Plus, there is one more. I did find out, I already know that this part right here, there is one brother who did win red light, green light. He was the first one to cross the line. I do have his little testimony here that I'm going to probably play here in a little bit. But yeah, this goes on, and quite frankly, they just eliminate a bunch of people, and there's no need to keep showing you the rest. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get really close to some real strong copyright infringement if I keep going on. So I'm just going to show you the little clips that I've showed you so far. But yeah, I mean, one brother was the first to cross the line. Homie with the God complex makes it, and the mom makes it in dramatic fashion at the end, which is great. She made it with her son who had already crossed the finish line, so they made it as well. It was a real great, heartwarming moment. So you did get to see that, and like I said, honestly, this did kind of draw me in a little bit. This was entertaining to watch. So the people who thought this show was complete ass, I don't know. There's just people who think everything's ass nowadays. And I think that this was at least, it accomplished its goal. It accomplished the goal of be, at least entertain you to the point of like, you know what, I would probably click on and watch the next episode, which I did. At least a little bit. I can't really remember most of it. I just know that they eventually get to the honeycomb part. You know how earlier in the video I mentioned how it was apparently really cold in there, and well, don't worry. It was mentioned by a lot of the contestants, especially after they got eliminated, because, I mean, this series has already been concluded. It's been done for a while. I'm just now diving into it. But they are suing the pants off of Netflix and Squid Game because they apparently were put through absolute hell. So like the girl who was squatting earlier, apparently she wasn't squatting for just a few seconds like it seemed like on the show or how it appeared right here on this video. Apparently they had her down there for a long time because apparently this was like an all-day event. Like, this was a long time. I mean, this wasn't a short venture that they were out there. They were apparently out there for about, they were out there for hours in this really, really cold, you know, like not auditorium, but like this warehouse where, you know, it's pretty sure it's got like metal walls and metal ceilings where it doesn't insulate heat the best. And if it's cold, it's cold. Like it's freezing in there. And those little thermals they had, that wasn't enough clothing, especially if they were there for hours. And especially if it was like 40 degrees or less. Now, me personally, if it's lower than 55 degrees, it's cold. And I can't really take it. And I mean, you can look at the whole long list of people who sat here and it was like, look at this. I mean, this long list of people who were talking about lawsuits with this. This article was posted everywhere. I mean, it's a lot of people who talked about this. So this was a big deal. And I'm not sure if they're going to get the compensation they want out of it, or if it's actually going to be fixed or remedied or anything like that, if they're going to come to a nice compromise in the end. But they are getting sued because apparently it was misleading. Now, I also have this part of me that's like, guys, if they're going to let somebody win $4.5 million, then, I mean, you can't really expect this to be some type of easy deal, do you? I mean, dang, you're going to have to go through some pain and some suffering to win that $4.5 million. This ain't going to be easy. Now, it sounds like they were trying to put them through, you know, absolute inhumane circumstances, but I'm just saying, that's a pretty big cash prize. And it might have led to people starting to try to kill each other if it was really like that.
The first game, red light, green light, the iconic game started. It was an absolute massacre. It was so cold that day, really, really cold on that January day. But yeah, we luckily we got thermals, you know, we were catered for, so we got the kind of right equipment, I guess, to keep us warm. But obviously, it wasn't enough. Like, it was really cold. So you can imagine with this whole massive production and getting 400 people there, it took a long time to actually start the game. Yeah, it was a whole day experience basically.
The first night, I barely slept at all. I just didn't know what was going to happen. People like conspiring, do I need to stay on my toes? You just walk around, eat porridge made with water, which is absolutely atrocious, and then you hopefully survive and you go to bed. You don't know what's going to happen on any given day. You actually just have to wait. You don't know if you're going to get guards coming out, setting some sort of indoor task, or if you're going to get guards coming out saying you're about to play a full game. Sometimes, if something's in the evening, you're spending the whole day kind of in anticipation. I've had a lot of people ask me if we were in hotels and stuff. Everything is legit. We are in those beds, sleeping in our little bunks, and waking up and going about our life. Except for a certain episode where you might see us indulge in some treats. We really only had water, but it was unlimited through these water fountains. Because we didn't have much to do in there, that was like a hobby, was drinking water and filling water up. And food-wise, in general, it would be a protein, a carb, and some veggies. A fried egg with the noodles, I think is what you saw in the show. And then every morning would be porridge with water. No snacking, no fun, no luxuries. You're in Squid Game.
No smoking?
No smoking, oh my goodness.
So there was no rooms which you could go in which there were cameras?
No! They also didn't want to like torture us, so every day, 2 days, we'd go for like a 10-minute stand outside. Obviously that's because, you know, if you're in there, I think 3 weeks, sometimes some people were, you need some sunshine, and that was it. It was fully supervised. You cannot talk like game tactics or anything, but you couldn't smoke, you couldn't go, like it's not like the Big Brother house, you know, they used to have the smoking areas and stuff. No, it's not like that.
Very cool. So were there any romances in the dorm then?
Do you know what? I've had this question a lot, and I don't think there was. There may have been, but I do not recall any. After the first day, I would have been surprised because we all started to get a little bit stinky. We're not feeling fresh anymore. No one's had makeup. My skin was horrendous. I didn't think anyone was thinking about romance.
Now, there has been numerous articles that have come out and numerous videos that have been posted by the people who were actually contestants in the show, displaying about how rigged and how fake this show really was. Now, obviously, there was still some parts of it that was legitimate, but until I actually watch until the end, I really won't really know. I just have no idea. But either way, I really appreciate everybody watching the content. Hopefully you enjoyed today. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content today. And I'll probably come back with maybe the honeycomb part at some point in time in the future if anybody enjoyed this video. But I do have more interesting content to come out and release very soon. More things that I'm interested in doing than just this. Quite frankly, this one was hard to get through because I was sick at the beginning, and I do apologize for not being back a little sooner. But I did want to work on this project, and nonetheless, I just wanted to give you something else that was just a tad bit different. Once again, this is Ran-DomU University. We'll see you soon.